I see great things in baseball. It's our game, the American game.
It is played everywhere, in parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed, the only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the season, beginning each year with the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn.
It is the American game. It's just what it is, and it makes you, I'm 81, but I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball, I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It brings you back.
It may be the worst of times for the National Football League, but it is the absolute best of times for Major League Baseball.
You're in Braves country.
Please verify signal clarity. Please verify signal clarity.
You're in Braves country.
The Americans are at it again, dyeing the river green. I still can't believe that America is actually in real life. Like, America is a place that you can actually go. Some people live there. I'm confident that can't be true. This is just attention seeking now. Do you know what we do in Ireland for St. Patrick's Day? We wear a green t-shirt. That's it. And we drink a lot, but that doesn't really differentiate it from other days. I get it. You're Irish. You don't need to be so aggressive with it. Subtle Irishness is so much sexier. Look at Paul Mescal. He's so undercover as an Irishman, he's not even ugly. If you really want to honour St. Patrick, throw a load of snakes in the water. See how you enjoy that authenticity.
Armchair.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Welcome here on Braves Country Radio. You're listening live as we march closer to crowning a champion. I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside and get ready for what should be a great day in baseball. We'll go over the lineups as the game goes on. Make sure to like and subscribe and become a member today. Jump in the chat. Tell us where you hail from, as roll call is on the way. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of baseball.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
Armchair.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Welcome here on Braves Country Radio. You're listening live as we march closer to crowning a champion. I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside and get ready for what should be a great day in baseball. We'll go over the lineups as the game goes on. Make sure to like and subscribe and become a member today. Jump in the chat. Tell us where you hail from, as roll call is on the way. Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time for pitch by pitch, play by play, the classic call of baseball.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
Good to see everybody in the chat. Going to do this quick. Got some things to knock out until first pitch. Good to see Kellen, Braden, Aswas, Coppercat, Willis, Charlie, Chop Shop, Star Wars, Christine Hall, Robert Sharp, Richie 22, Kayleen, Dylan. James Fisher. Chop Shop. Raymond. Jason Adams. Disney Teach. Braden and Texas Liberty. We'll be back in a flash. I got to get my. I'm having a hell of a time with my feed. So first things first, take care of that. We'll be back. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA. Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes not corn and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants, I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium, his record pure gold, his courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby. When pitching to Raj, the pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time, incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw 3 strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for La Jolla, whom Clevelanders love, Napoleon himself with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here, he talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said, just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, it yelled, I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. U would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W, Wagner, the bow-legged beauty, short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of 2 X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, the summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday, Ogden Ash, January 1949, Sport Magazine.
Is a lot of horse dung. Americans traditionally love to fight. All real Americans love the sting of battle. When you were kids, you all admired the fastest runner, big league ball players. The Americans love a winner and will not tolerate a loser. Americans play to win all the time. I wouldn't give a hoot in hell for a man who lost and laughed, because the very thought of losing is hateful to Americans. It lives, eats, sleeps, fights as a team. This individuality stuff is a bunch of crap. The bilious man, all this stuff you've heard about America not wanting to fight is a lot of horse dung. Americans traditionally love to fight. All real Americans love the sting of battle. When you were kids, you all admired the fastest runner, big league ball players. The Americans love a winner and will not tolerate a loser. Americans play to win all the time. I wouldn't give a hoot in hell for a man who lost and laughed, because the very thought of losing is hateful to America. It lives, eats, sleeps, fights as a team. This individuality stuff is a bunch of crap. The bilious bastards who wrote that stuff about individuality for the Saturday Evening Post don't know anything more about real battle. Now we have the finest food, equipment, the best spirit, and the best men in the world. You know, by God, I actually pity those poor bastards we're going up against. By God, I do. We're going to murder those lousy bastards by the bushel. Some of you boys, I know, are wondering whether or not you'll chicken out under fire. Don't worry about it. I can assure you that you will all do your duty. We are advancing constantly, and we're not interested in holding on to anything except the enemy. We're going to hold on to him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We're going to kick the hell out of him all the time, and we're gonna go through him like crap through a goose. There's one thing that you men will be able to say when you get back home, and you may thank God for it. All right, now you sons of bitches, you know how I feel. I will be proud to lead you wonderful guys into battle anytime, anywhere.
Good evening, everybody. Leading off for Team Venezuela, and in right field will be Ronald Acuna Jr. Batting second, playing third, Michael Garcia. Batting third and at first is Luis Arias. Eugenio Suarez is batting cleanup. As the designated hitter, Gleyber Torres batting fifth and playing second. Tovar at short and batting sixth. Wilyer Abreu in left field and batting seventh. Perez behind the plate. He's batting eighth. And Jackson Churio is batting ninth and in center field. For your Americans, the United States of America will send Bobby Witt Jr. to lead off and playing short. Bryce Harper batting second, playing first. Aaron Judge batting third and in right field. Kyle Schwarber's the designated hitter and batting cleanup. Bregman is at third, batting fifth. Roman Anthony batting sixth and in left. Behind the plate is Smith and batting seventh. And Terang is batting eighth and playing second base, batting ninth. And in the starting lineup, first time since the beginning of this thing started, Byron Buxton. He's in center field. There's a lefty on the mound today. So that's why you've got a right-handed heavy lineup. Eduardo Rodriguez, E-Rod, as most people call him. And he's gotten his velocity back up this year. Said he's coming in around 97 miles an hour. Nolan McLean for the U.S. squad. And I was trying to call it off of rabbit ears so I could bring you another look. It is not working. For whatever reason, there's not a cloud in the sky, and I said, to heck with it, we're doing it on the streaming device. So that's what we'll be calling it off of. After kicking and punching things for about a half hour, I finally gave up. But I tried. Not a big deal one way or the other. I prefer it on the other feed, but it is what it is. Team Venezuela is wearing their road blues with gray pants. Venezuela across the chest in white. And Team USA, who is the home team today, as they're playing the Venezuelan anthem right now. And right after that, we'll get ready for first pitch. Welcome into everybody who may not have been here for roll call, and welcome into the radio stations. Being told by Jason and Kelly tonight, they should be on with us by now. Welcome to 26 stations worldwide, all independent radio, obviously, but I don't think we got to that number at World Series time. It was somewhere in that realm, but I think it was a touch below. So 26 independent radio stations. Welcome into Braves Country Radio. If you want to join in the chat, go to youtube.com/@BravesCountry. We're also on our Facebook page tonight, but not a ton of traffic over there, as Facebook just really doesn't lend to the listening audience. They haven't mastered that yet. You close something out on Facebook, and the whole thing goes down. YouTube, well, people know if you're a premium member, you can push it down and scroll anywhere. United States is wearing their white uniforms. Blue piping down the middle and on the sleeves. U.S. flag on the right sleeve of every American player. The writing is in blue, outlined with a touch of gold and red. Blue ball caps, the red bill, just like the U.S. has been wearing all WBC long. We're just about set. First pitch was supposed to be at 8:10, but with all the extra anthems and whatnot, you can imagine they just went to break, and we will bring it to you as soon as it comes. See Toxic Bill in here tonight. Bill, I've actually got my Atlanta Braves St. Patrick's Day shirt on. Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. And a U.S. hat. I've got a Braves hat that has got the U.S. flag on. Just waiting for them to get started here is not a huge shock that they would be behind the 8-ball here, but you know how they do for the really big events. They milk every single second to jam another SeaWorld commercial down your throat. Miami, Florida is where we are at, and we're just about set. USA will be what is this? They've got the... Are they doing another thing? Or is this... Hopefully this was before. You got the Americans and the Venezuelans coming out carrying the flag. Yeah, okay. That was something they were showing earlier. From earlier. Pretty cool scene here in Lone Depot Park. Just imagine if they held this in an actual baseball city. It'd be crazy. They've only ever held these championship rounds in California and Miami. That's it. You'd think they'd start moving this thing around to New York and Chicago, Atlanta. St. Louis would be a good city. I definitely think you have to have one of the major international airports to be the host. You can't be one of the teams that you can't be a city that's in a smaller city and host it. Not with all the international players and fans coming in. So how's everybody doing tonight as we wait for them to get this show on the road? Guess it'd be a good time to get this out of the way.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
Welcome in Sean from Maine. Derek, and we had a couple other latecomers. One Iron. Ladarius. Toxic Bill, Dylan. Butters. Tonight for dinner, we are rocking the Reuben. It was the leftovers from the corned beef and cabbage that we had last night, so we're rocking a Reuben tonight. We're not delaying. They've got yet another commercial kick in here, so someone's dropping the ball for sure. This was set to start at 8:09 officially. Thank you, Mr. Adams. Jason Up and Adams supporting the channel. James Fisher had breakfast for St. Patty's Day dinner. Eggs, bacon, grits. John's having some scotch. I'm going to partake in some brewskis after this call. I've got nowhere to be fast tomorrow, and this has been a long tournament. I'm ready to celebrate a U.S. win, hopefully. If not, MLB The Show just came in the mail today, so I'll be rocking that. Teriyaki and rice for Ladarius. Barbecue salad and peanut butter pie. B.A. Baracus. Man, that is a heck of a mix there. Barbecue and peanut butter. Should mix that together and see how that turns out. I don't know what dino nuggies are. I'm thinking that's a little... as Willis is doing spaghetti and garlic bread. We're just getting ready. Chicken tendies for Toxic Bill. Burgers and hot links for Iron Lung. Looks like they're finally starting to get set. I mean, this is... Fox Sports can drag their feet, but this is above and beyond. Ronald Acuna Jr. will be leading us off when when and if they finally come to the plate. Braden's having Mexican food, just like a good Irish lad. Does that mean on Cinco de Mayo that you're going to hammer some bangers and mash? James Fisher with some beer. And Don McClain is finally going to come out on the mound, which means he'll have to have a couple of warm-up tosses, and then we'll be ready. McClain got shellacked his first time out here in the WBC. We're hoping for better. I mean, the kid's got talent. I just think they're doing him a disservice putting all this pressure on him once again. But we have not been terribly impressed. Mark DeRosa's managing style. McClain has a sinker, a sweeper, a curveball, four-seamer, changeup, and cutter, so he's a kitchen sink pitcher. Changeup and cutter he throws a little less, loves to lean on the sinker and the sweep. We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Here's the first pitch on the way, and it swung on and roasted up the middle. And it's a leadoff single for Ronald Acuna Jr. Hard hit ball through the middle. Yeah, we're having to take this off of the stream today. Long the rabbit ears just way too long, and plus the YouTube feed's always going to be behind because it takes a second for it to get to you. I want to get into the math of all that for you. The first pitch is outside wide to Michael Garcia, bends out of the way. It's 1-0. 1-0 count. Kicks and fires, chops it over towards third. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. Big double play there. So just like that, they wiped the bases clean. Nothing, your score, 2 outs. First pitch on the way is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn into the outfield. It'll finally come down in the mitt of Byron Buxton. F8 in your scorecard. That'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the first we go. The USA grabs the sticks when we return.
Now that the Americans are gone, we can talk about geography. Now we can talk about, let's talk about how you dummies want to visit the Grand Canyon and the Statue of Liberty in the same damn day. Let's talk about that. Like, you're dumb too. I don't get it. Stop.
This one might ruffle some feathers. Who's the most overrated player in all of sports history?
This is a man that other people would look at his life and be like, that's my dream. That's a life. Like, how can you be upset with that life?
First of all, mental health is a bunch of really intricate knots that hold nothing together. It doesn't make sense. It just is.
Secondly, I keep seeing this sentiment of people being like, there were signs. Look at his repost. Look at what he was saying beforehand. They weren't signs when he was alive. I don't know how else to explain that.
You see, when he was alive, that was just a fella being a silly goose. Fella going through it, you know? And I think that's important to note because, fellas, nobody's going to pay attention to your cryptic signs.
Listen, if you want to be treated like a girl, move to LA, but this is just how life is, okay? Talk to the boys, for the love of God.
Listen to me, boys. I know you think that people around you are going to fail you, but I would give anything to go back in time and get a phone call. Allow me the opportunity to fail.
You're not allowed to quit, all right? Cool.
There are so many wonderful elements of the Pine Tar game, including the fact that it was overturned the call was overturned, the fact that the home run counted.
The decision to resume was not announced until 4 p.m. when an appellate court judge said, "Play ball, you will play."
The Yankees did everything they could to stall the resumption of play. But in late August, the Royals came back to New York on their way to a trip to Baltimore to conclude the game, leading 5-4 in the top of the ninth.
Only 1,200 fans showed up to take their place in baseball history.
Well, in 10 years, you can say I was at the Pine Tar game, the completion of the Pine Tar game.
What's been the most amazing thing about this whole scenario? How do you sum this whole thing up?
Amazing. Media interest. It's just kind of good for baseball, really.
Where is Brett?
I don't really know.
Welcome back. Bobby Witt Jr. will lead us off. Erod did the bump in the first pitch swing and lifted high and deep into center field. Not nearly deep enough. It'll be a fly ball down there at the warning track. F8 your scorecard, 1 away. Left to right across the outfield. 14 Venezuela's Abreu, Churio, and Acuna. Around the horn, left to right, Garcia, Tovar, and Torres. Arias at first, Sal Perez at second. Behind the plate. And, of course, Eduardo Rodriguez on the hill. Bryce Harper swing and a miss at the first pitch. And it's 0-1. So, already talked about this earlier in the tournament. They are just trying to ambush. And that usually does not work out well. We'll see how it plays out. But first 2 pitches, the USA has swung the 0-1. Down and away. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Pops it up. High. F6 in your scorecard. Very shallow left field. And 2 down. Two up, 2 down. First pitch to Aaron Judge. All rise right there. Strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 6 for 23 in the WBC with 2 home runs, a .261 average. The 0-1 pitch. Down below the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Erod comes set. Winds and delivers. Down and away. 2-1. The 2-1. Swing, pops it up. That'll bend over the first base side. It's 2-2. The 2-2. Caught, looking strike 3. That'll end the inning. So 2 really quick at bats, and Judge is caught watching the zone. Got to wake up. Come on, DeRosa. Get it together, son. We go to the second inning.
Honestly, bro, I just want to be taken out.
By like a sniper or like on a date?
Surprise me.
All right, here's an exercise program for people 50, 60 plus there that need something they can do. Get you a comfortable shoes on in a good space, plenty of room, and get you 5-pound potato bags and hold them in each hand and stick your arms out and try to hold it for a minute and then relax. You'll gradually be able to feel like you can do more each day. And after a week or 2, you can move up to 10-pound bags and do the same thing. You hold each bag out straight out for as long as you can for about a minute, then let your arms down. Now the next level is 25-pound bags, and I'm at this level. And when you feel like you're comfortable doing that, you might can start putting potatoes in each bag.
A little Italian restaurant close to LaGuardia, sitting at the bar and having a little snack and maybe a bottle of wine and a cold beer and watch the outcome on a little TV behind the bar, a little black and white TV, which was pretty cool.
No, George Brett was not with the Royals. He was ejected.
It was just more the lineup itself. You had people all over the place. I think Guidry was in center field.
Ron Guidry is in center field. Don Mattingly is at second base.
The funny part was Billy Martin coming out and he used to want to know if George touched first.
And a field play to first base.
These are not the same umpiring crew that was here before. They're going to field a second base now.
Now, Billy could come out and say, wait a minute, fellas, how do you know that Brett touched second base because you were not here?
That's right.
He had an affidavit from the other umpires.
Dave Phillips right there, Bobby, may have a sworn affidavit from one of the umpires in the other crew. So we add just a little more drama to the infamous Pine Tar game.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Top of the second inning. Nolan McLean goes to work. First pitch on the way to Eugenio Suarez is swung on, bang foul off the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Or 1-0, excuse me. Kicks and fires right there at the knees, 1-1. One count. Swing chops it. It's 1-2. Venezuela nothing, USA nothing. Top of the second inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three sweeper. One down. Bangers is sausages. 21. It's a Irish. It's also used in the terms used in Scotland and Great Britain. First pitch on the way to Torres is right there for a strike. Fastball 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Gleyber Torres as McLean goes back to work quickly. The 0-1 right there. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Caught looking, strike three. Got him with the curveball. I mean, he locked him up. 2 down. McLean looking pretty good so far. First pitch to Ezequiel Tovar, the number 6 hitter for Venezuela, is swung on and chopped foul. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Tovar, man, he is scalding hot. 462 for the tournament. 6 for 13. I don't know how he's only had 13 at bats. Time I've seen Venezuela's play, he's been in the lineup as the 0-1 pitch. Swing, lifts it into right field, and there's another base hit. He just kind of doinks it out there to right field, and 1 on, 2 outs for Team Venezuela. Not a hard hit ball, but just stuck the bat hat out there and was able to fight it off. Willie Abreu, the batter. First pitch, 98 miles an hour, right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Ball just misses high. Change up. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Nothing, your score, top of the second inning. USA Venezuela, World Baseball Classic Championship, winner take all. So this is a game 7. The 1-1 swing, slaps it down the line, 98 on the outer edge, it's 1-2. 1-2 count. Runner at first. Due up is Schwarber, Bregman, and Anthony for the USA, the 1-2. Brings it. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn behind second. Shortstop's got it. Witt underneath it. F6, and that'll end the inning. The United States will grab the bat to see if they can put a dent on the board. Schwarber leads us off when we return.
I cannot stand craft beer. When I go to the craft beer places that serve only the craft beers, and I know this annoys the hell out of the bartender, I'm the guy that's like, you got anything that's kind of like a domestic light?
Yeah.
And they hate that. They hate me.
4 years before Pearl Harbor, December 12, 1937, the USS Panay, a U.S. Navy gunboat, was sunk on the Yangtze River near Nanjing, China, by Japanese warplanes. The attack occurred as Japan expanded its invasion of China, and despite the clearly visible American flags painted on the vessel, the Japanese claimed it was a mistake. The ship had been evacuating American citizens and officials from the war zone. The attack killed 3 people and wounded dozens, including sailors and civilians. The incident highlighted the escalating tension between the U.S. and Japan before U.S. entry into World War II. Public outrage followed, with many Americans calling for a firm response, but President Franklin D. Roosevelt chose to accept Japan's formal apology and financial reparations to avoid escalating the situation into war. Japan paid $2.2 million for the ship and the associated loss of life, injuries, and damage to property. For now, peace between the United States and Japan would hold, but only for a few more years. Who knew?
It didn't take more than about 8 minutes to finish up the game.
And that may do it. Frank White over to John Wathan, and the Pine Tar game is over.
Then we all jumped back on the airplane with the Baltimore. But the whole thing was so unusual. That's why everybody still remembers and talks about it.
When I was a kid, that was my favorite. Like, turn the VCR on. Dad, we want to see you go crazy. We want to see you go crazy.
That is called out for using an illegal bat.
It's a great scene. It's a great piece of footage. I think it shows George's intensity.
It's one of the iconic moments in the history of the game.
Braves Country Radio. Braves Country Baseball. All right. I hate to even say this out loud, but I think we've got ourselves a feed. It'll be a little quicker here. At least it should be. Never mind, I don't know what in the world's going on at the local television station. First pitch on the way is a cutter. Right there on the outer edge for a strike, it's 0-1. Have to check it on the next. The 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1. So 1-1 count. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch on the way. Outside wide to Schwarber, ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1. Swing, fouls it back, 2-2. Standing on deck is Bregman, Anthony in the hole. Erod so far has not been touched. The 2-2. This is just his 13th pitch of the game, by the way. Terrible at-bats by Witt and Harper to start the game that really put USA with their back against the wall. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. He's definitely got that velocity up like we were talking about at the beginning of the game. Alex Bregman, the batter, lefty-righty matchup. First pitch, check swing. Inside, did he go around? He did. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Change-up well off the plate. 1-1. 1-1 count. Erod comes set and brings it. Swing and a miss. Change up. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Turns and fires. Swing, chops it over towards first. And running all the way through the bag is Arias. It'll be G3. If you're scoring at home, 2 down. Two down. Roman Anthony, the batter, he'll take a sinker in on the hands. It's 1-0. I mean, one of the strategies they got to have for the U.S. is to get Rodriguez out of the game, and taking these quick at-bats is not going to help. Is the 1-0 pitch. Check swing, and up top for a strike, it's 1-1. 1-1 count. You hated to see Bobby Witt swing at that first pitch. But once he did, it was Harper's job to work the count, and he did, and he rolled over on the second pitch. The 1-1, down and away, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Lefty standing on deck is Smith. The 2-1 pitch, down and away, 3-1. Venezuela nothing, USA nothing. The 3-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on and chopped right back to the mound. And Erod will fire it to first. Kind of a hard throw. He's lucky he didn't handcuff Arias. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the third. 0-0. USA, Venezuela.
Let's just get some more drinks, huh?
That's what I'm talking about. Garçon! Where is this guy?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I love this kid. First of all, I'd like to see the chef face to face. These are the best Cajun chicken niblets I've ever had.
Yeah.
Great. Hey, come on. Also, we're going to want to get dessert. I'm wondering which wine pairs best with the Oreo cheesecake.
I wouldn't know that.
You don't know? Okay, perhaps you should send over the house Somalian.
Greg is from Nigeria.
No, I don't mean Craig. I don't see how this helps us. I just want cheesecake with a good wine.
I mean, she says I drink too much, I smoke too much, I gamble. I mean, she's right, but what am I going to do? I can't control myself. I got no, what's the word I'm looking for? I got no,
class.
Nah, we know I got class.
Going into 85, I don't think anybody saw them as a real World Series threat.
Hi, boys and girls.
They had some young pitching, but the offense was clearly not going to score a lot of runs, and they needed George to be George again. He'd been an all-star, been a good player, but he had not been that sort of epic player that they needed him to be.
And that was the message that Royals co-owner Avron Fogelman conveyed to him in no uncertain terms that offseason.
He invited me down to play golf for 3 or 4 days, and I went to some meetings with him, and he kind of laid the law down to me. He says, here I have all the confidence in the world. I'm paying you more than anybody on the team, and you don't take care of yourself. I was getting heavier. He could tell some day games I wasn't all there, and so he told me, he says, you better straighten up and fly right and get yourself in the best shape of your life, and so I did. That's the first year ever I worked out in the offseason. That's what spring training used to be for.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac McGee, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. 0-0 your score. First pitch on the way from McLean is swatted down the right field line. It's going to be a single for Salvador Perez, and a leadoff single to get Venezuela going here in the top of the third. That'll bring Jackson Churio to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch is there for a strike. It's 0-1, the 0-1. Kicks and fires. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Nothing your score. Acuna stands on deck. McLean digging in. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. Ronald Acuna Jr. now to the plate. The 1-0 pitch to Ronald. I'm trying to bring it to you on the other feed. It is crap tonight. Is the 1-0. Evens up the count. It's 1-1. So 1-1 count. Yeah, it's impossible. I give up. 1-1 count. Acuna standing at the plate, runner at first, 1 out. Brings it right there inside. Kind of an wide strike inside. It's 1-1. Acuna doesn't like it. McLean at 24 pitches is the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Salvador Perez, who's a very slow runner, is standing at first. Acuna with good speed at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Comes set. Down and away, changeup, 2-2. On deck is Michael Garcia. I mean, honestly, if I'm DeRosa is the 2-2 pitch. Swing. That ball's fouled away. First sign of trouble, I'm going and getting McLean. Remember, he just absolutely crumbled his last outing. And when you're putting a young guy out there with such little experience, especially for the big time. As the 2-2 misses high, 99 miles an hour, spun Acuna around. A little more of a showmanship type of play, as wasn't that close. The full count brings it nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So McLean is now on the ropes. You don't have tomorrow to play with. You can't worry about developing him, and you have your entire bullpen at your disposal. Remember, they brought guys up who've not even pitched, guys like Will Vest that they can go to. Michael Garcia, first pitch, is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup, runners at first and second. 1 out, a double play gets you out of this, but good speed at first and at the plate. The 0-1. Fastball, four-seam fastball is wide outside. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch is right there, so it's now 1-2 to Garcia. First and second. The 1-2. McLean brings it. Down and away underneath the glove of Will Smith. It bounces to the backstop, and runners will move to second and third. So just like that, he put the go-ahead run 90 feet away, and the youngster is struggling once again here in the big moment. 2 on, 1 out. You got to play the infield back here. You could probably get away with playing it just a touch in because of Perez's lack of speed as the 2-2 pitch. Swing, lifts it. That should score a run. Going deep into center field, drifting over, making the catch is Buxton. But no way he's going to get Perez. Acuna slides into third, overslides the bag, but the throw was up the line, and it's 1-0. Venezuela. So 1-0 Venezuela. Now coming to the plate as the curveball misses outside wide to Arias. It's 0-1. You got to be careful here because Arias is a master of just slapping a ball just over the infield to get a base hit. The 0-1. Swing, rifles it foul. Sweeper on the outer edge. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. 1-0 your score. The 0-2. Pitch is swung on and slapped over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 putout, and that'll end the inning. Venezuela gets one on the board. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR WBC Championship 2026.
My best home run I think I've ever given up was I gave up King Griffey Jr.'s last ever home run. This is his game jersey from that day. I paid the clubby $500 to get out of the... Yeah, swear to God. I carried this jersey with me for like 3 years because we were playing in Texas, you know, and I knew we would be back in Seattle at some point, and he was going to sign it. And I was like, I carried it with me every time I went out there. Finally, Adam Jones was in our clubhouse, and him and Adam were pretty tight. Caught him on the way out. I was like, hey, I've got your jersey. I would really, really like for you to sign it. And he's like, man, I got some stuff going on. I gave up your last ever home run. It stopped him. And he turns, he goes, no, you didn't. He takes me into the clubhouse manager's office. Him and I sitting at the clubhouse manager's and watched it. And he goes, no shit. And I was like, and I paid the clubby $500 to steal your jersey.
The Royal trainers put together this program that I stayed on for 8 weeks, lost about 35 pounds. My stomach, he had lines on it, and I couldn't get a ball out of the cage. I don't know what it was. And all of a sudden they said, you look too skinny, you got to gain 10 pounds.
Well, I just thought George was losing weight because he wanted to do it, but it worked out well for him.
Ripped to left field. There it goes.
George Brett with his third hit of the day.
His second home run of the night. There he goes again.
Boy, he is doing that consistently. There is George Brett at his best.
It would be an incredible season for him at the plate, a .335 batting average and a career-high 30 home runs. And just as impressive was in his 12th big league season, his first ever Gold Glove.
He's slow. Oh, what a play by Brett while on his knees. Line, but Brett spears it.
Welcome back. One to nothing your score. Venezuela leads it. Erod back to work. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and popped up down the left field line. That'll be F7 your scorecard, one down. Bryce Terang, the batter. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on. That ball is roasted through the hole, and it's the first base hit. First base runner for the United States, Bryce Terang, coming up with a one-out single. Byron Buxton, the batter. First pitch on the way is a bender up top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Right there. Just misses 1-1. So a 1-1 count. One to nothing, Venezuela leads. Erod comes set. Flips it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. The 1-1. Brings it. Pitch misses for a ball, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 92-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-2. Venezuela 1, USA nothing. Bottom of the third inning. Buxton digging in. The 2-2. Turns and fires. Swing and a miss, strike three. Chase the changeup off the plate. 2 down. Not really a shock that Buxton's going to struggle a little bit. I mean, he hasn't got any game action, real game action, in well over a week. So back to the top of the order. Bobby Witt Jr., who flew out on his very first pitch, takes the sinker right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing. Lifts it out to center field. That's going to be F8 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. So we get one on, but can't do anything with it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Radio.
So the new iPhone now lets you say which of your contacts are mentally ill. They call it adding pronouns.
You're completely delusional. I mean, by the way, all of us have become so damn weird. I think we're just hitting our stride. Oh, you think we're hitting our stride? Yeah. Really? I think we have more costumes in the bar than we do kids. I mean, what if I said I wanted to become a man cheater right now? What would you do? I'd go get the spots. He's got spots. Why do you have spots? You shouldn't have spots. That's absurd, man. It's absurd. What about the underage drinking scheme? I wasn't even here for that. But that made sense. It worked. You know what? I gotta get away from you people. That's what it is. I fly off the handle every 5 seconds now. You know what? Well, you're all insane. I'm storming out. What? Don't copy me. I'm the one who's angry. Damn it. You don't storm out on me. I storm out on you. I'm the one who storms out. I'm the one who's...
Inflation rate month to month was just an inch.
Thank God inflation's only up an inch. Imagine if it was up a whole foot. My 401k is currently down 2 centimeters.
I'm too old to be worried about why mother don't like me. You and your reason.
So they were down 2-0. George went to his teammates and said, just ride my back. I just follow me.
Everybody says I said before the game, jump on, I'll carry you guys. No, I never said that. I was never that confident. I always had a lot of confidence in my ability, but you don't know who's going to show up. I always played better when I was nervous. Always did. When you're nervous, that means it's important.
Brett's first at bat would come with 2 out in the bottom of the first against Toronto's Doyle Alexander.
A ball and a strike to Brett. Well hit deep right. If it stays fair, the Royals are in front. And they are. Home run Brett.
1-0.
If I gave you $1 and your father gave you $1, how many dollars would you have? $1. You don't know your arithmetic. You don't know my father.
Welcome back. 1-0 your score. Venezuela leads it over Team USA. Nolan McLean, 3 hits allowed already through 3 innings and an earned run and a walk. A game that is bound to be a low-scoring affair. Eugenio Suarez leads off. First pitch is a strike, 4-seam fastball in the inner cut. It's 0-1. Pitch misses. They check down the first base line. Did not go around. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss right underneath the hands. 1-2. The 1-2. Turns and fires. Curveball misses. 2-2. The 2-2. Ball 3-2. That one went into the dirt. It's at 41 pitches. Trying to bring it to you the best I can. I've got a whole situation. So I can't see many of your comments as the payoff pitch is swatted off the plate. Do it again. Keeps coming and going out of my screen, so I'm having to really concentrate on what's going on. I can't look over to the comments. So if y'all have any comments, I'll try to catch them during the break. But other than that, it is what it is. 1-0 your score. Suarez, I think that might have got a piece of his foot. Gleyber Torres is on deck. The payoff pitch, swing, chops it down the third base line. We'll do it again. Every time I think I've got a clear look, it goes boo bats again. The payoff pitch, check swing back towards the mound. And Suarez grounds out to second base. Terang flips it to Harper, 4-3 on the putout. One away. Just got past the glove of McClain. Thankfully, this is the last game we're having to deal with the nonsense that is the Fox Sports Network. Regular season baseball coming your way, and we'll be on the regular stuff then. Torres stands at the plate. First pitch is at the knees. Bangs out the slider. It's 0-1. The 0-1 kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Venezuela 1, USA nothing. The 0-2. Curveball misses down and away, 1-2. The 1-2 from McClain. Turns and fires. Caught looking strike three, punched him out on the track down below the knees. I mean, barely got it. 2 down. That's an ABS challenge if they had it today. People were hemming and hawing after the last couple of games talking about wanting to get the ABS system at the WBC, et cetera, et cetera. The first pitch is a 98-mile-an-hour fastball inside of Tovar. It's 1-0. It's coming. It'll be there by the next WBC, I would think. But it was a timing issue. They didn't have it approved in time as the 1-0. Swing, lifts it down the first base side and drifting over, making the catch is Harper. That'll end the inning. So 1-2-3 gets us back on track. Hopefully my picture stays. USA grabs the bats when we return here in Miami.
Excuse me, sir. Why are you a Mets fan? I'm not.
It pains me to have to say this to you, but there's a chance I may not be here at 11. But you have to stand up for what you believe in. We have very strict policies in the Channel 7 News Department. The Girl Scouts called and said, Bill, it's that time of year again. Cookies. They, the little girls, will start knocking on doors this Friday. Could you give us a little plug? About 50,000 little girls. We need your help, big fella. Well, I'm sorry, ladies, but Channel 7 does not allow me to plug you, your pushy little scouts, or your cookies on news programs. I cannot tell viewers about your brand new pecan shorties made of rich shortbread, slow baked to perfection with crisp pecans, or those mouth-watering chocolate chunk drops of heaven that literally melt in your mouth. Boss says I can't describe. The tag-alongs. Two marvelous tastes in one. Real peanut butter smothered in rich, vulgar old chocolate. No, the boss rule, don't mention bongs, those luscious Samoas. They're vanilla numbers rolled in toasted coconut. You do that and you'll be fired. No Billy at 5 or 11. It'll be Dana and Robbie if you mention those sinfully delectable little trefoils.
Next at bat, I didn't get my arms extended all the way. They were a little chicken arm, a little kind of here.
Well hit to right again. Is this number 2?
Hit it good. Thought it was a home run.
Off the top of the wall. He missed number 2 by inches.
It's very difficult for a position player to dominate a game. He's only going to get 4, maybe 5 at-bats, right? Well, it just was one of those games where everything clicked.
Slaps it. Brett makes a fine play and comes home. What a play!
You give me 50 chances, I couldn't have made that play. But I made it that day.
Yeah, you can smile, George. Why not?
Still, despite Brett's heroics, Toronto got to Brett Saberhagen and took a 5-3 lead into the bottom of the 6th, only for Brett to find himself with a big opportunity when he came up with a runner on.
Welcome back. Bryce Harper will lead us off. Hopefully y'all can hear me well. I'm not directly in front of my microphone. I'm off to the side so I can see the jacked up monitor I got going on here. It's always a thing, isn't it? Erod goes back to work. He's been cruising. First pitch to Bryce Harper is a swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. It's 0-1. Right below the knees, misses one. I guess it's because it's a USA sports book, but I noticed that USA Today was minus 275 on the money line. That's an extremely high number. It's the 1-1 pitch swing. Chops it over to second. That's going to be an easy 4-3. Bryce Harper all series long has been a big 0. One down. He's now batting just 154, and you have to, if they do not win this, or even if they do win, I don't care. Somebody's got to ask the tough question to Mark DeRosa. What the hell are you doing putting a guy who's not hitting the ball at the number 2 spot? Judge, the batter, first pitch is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. I always used to like DeRosa. I'm really starting to think he's just a meathead that they gave this job to. 1-0. Judge digs in the pitch. Fouls it away. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. That changeup fouls it away. It's 1-2. Venezuela 1, USA nothing. Judge batting .250 in the series. Not like he's lighting the world on fire, but 150, 154. That's just putrid to have him at the number 2 spot, especially with the left-hander starting tonight. That's the dumbfounding thing. It's like, man, at some point, you want to keep him at first. You don't want to give Goldie a chance. Okay, whatever, but you got to drop him in the lineup. The 1-2. Check swing, went around strike 3. Judge down. 2 away. Two up, 2 down. It'll be Schwarber's turn. DeRosa does a really good job of breaking down video of hitting and whatnot on MLB Network, but it's like he's got no feel for the game as the first pitch is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. Pitch down and away, cutter. 2-0. 2-0 count. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Venezuela. One swing could tie it. 2-0 pitch. Cutter. Down and away, ball 3-3. The 3-0. Rodriguez turns. Way outside, wide ball 4. So he'll head on down to first with 2 outs. Alex Bregman, the right-handed bat, will come in. Big spot here. Quick moving game already in the bottom of the 4th. Feels like you need to do something soon. The first pitch to Bregman is below the knees, called for a strike. It's 0-1. This umpire here has had a much bigger strike zone than you've seen in the entire tournament. The 0-1. It's more true to an MLB strike zone. The 0-1. Cutter. This is high 1. And I'm sure a lot of it's an overreaction to the backlash of the called third strike from Sunday night. But it's an inconsistency that the fans and the players, as the 1-1 pitch inside. Schwarber had to spin out of the way. 2-1 count. Not Schwarber, I'm sorry. Bregman had to spin out of the way. 2-1 count. Lefty, righty, the pitch. Swing, rifles it back foul. 2-2. So Deuce is wild. A 2-2 count, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. Erod. He's going to flip it over to first to keep Schwarber close by. That's just got to be a situation where he's wanting to reset, because Schwarber is a lot of things, but a threat to steal is not one of them. You're more likely to advance him on a balk or a wild throw than he is to steal. The 2-2. Swing, and that'll be a soft roller short, 6-4, and that'll end the inning. So just like that, USA coming up snake eyes. We go to the top of the 5th inning, trailing by 1.
Use the left lane to keep left to merge onto I-405 south towards
mother self-righteous hoe bag of a waffle.
Bill Buckner is mostly known for an error he made in Game 6 of the 1986 World Series. Today I'm going to change that, so here's the career of Bill Buckner. Today at Wrigley Field on May 17, 1979, he went 4 for 7 with a career-high 7 RBIs and capped it off with a grand slam off of Tug McGraw. A year later, he won the National League batting title. A year later, he set career highs in RBIs, hits, and doubles. That season, he also set the Major League record for assists in a season with 184, which lasted 25 years. He was a big part of the reason the Red Sox won the American League East in 1986. His 18 home runs were a career high, and for the second year in a row, he topped over 100 RBIs. Despite a rocky start to the American League Championship Series in 1986, he started a rally in Game 5, which led to Dave Henderson's famous home run. Not to mention he went 3 for 6 in the last 2 games of the series to help the Red Sox punch their ticket to the World Series. His 453 career strikeouts in 21 seasons is usually eclipsed by players nowadays in almost 2 seasons. Even though Gold Glove shouldn't be gauged by fielding percentage, his .991 career fielding percentage certainly should have gotten him a Gold Glove or 2 during his career. He is truly underappreciated, considering he ranks 66th all-time in hits and doubles, 51st in singles, and 47th in putouts. So let's give Bill Buckner the credit he deserves and remember him for a truly great career.
Our boys are very close in age, and they're very close friends, and they get along great with their dad.
I hope you're farther than me.
But you've played 10,000 more rounds of golf in your life.
Yeah, but still.
I don't know about that. You play like every day. It's called networking.
We barbecue and watch sports, and they have this banter back and forth amongst themselves. They're kind of like a little clan.
A lot of these guys, they get married at 22, 23, they have a kid. First 13 years of his life, you're gone. Probably weighing into my decision to wait and get married and then have the opportunity and the wherewithal and the time to be a part of their lives.
Has anybody ever looked at their wife and been like, damn it?
Damn it! Welcome back. McLean back out there for another inning. He'll throw his 52nd pitch to begin the fifth. He's given up 3 hits to Erod's 1. First pitch is a bender inside, a strike to Wilyer Abreu. It's 0-1. One swing, lifts it into center field, going back on the track. She gone. McLean gives up another run, a home run shot, and it's a solo shot for Abreu. Hit one the other night, was a big home run, and it's 2-0 Venezuela. Got way too much of the plate on that one. And Abreu shoves it right down McLean's throat. 2-0, top of the fifth. And he'll stay out there. Salvador Perez, first pitch sweeper. It's 1-0. Righty. Drops a sinker in on the knees. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. 2-0 your score. Still a long way to go in this one, but playing, it's not even his fault. He's a kid, and DeRosa keeps leaving him out there as the 1-1, high and inside, 2-1. He had the same comments in this pregame as he did the first time he went out there and pitched. I think DeRosa thinks wearing glasses made him smarter. It is not. The 3-1 chops it foul, full count. They've got to, next WBC, they got to have a real baseball manager out there, not a television star. The 3-2 swing, pops it up. Shallow center field, Buxton underneath it. 1 down. Two to nothing your score. If you're just joining us, McLean giving up 2 runs, and the U.S. bats have been extremely quiet. The first pitch is a sweeper, swing and a miss. Jackson Churio, it's 0-1. Swing and a miss. Sweeper down and away, 0-2. Oh-2 count. Way outside, wide sinker, 1-2. Now the only good news is if he can get through the rest of this inning without giving up a run, I don't see there's any way McLean's going 6 for a 6th inning, but we've got to get him to that. The 1-2 pitch, swing. Lifts it into shallow center field. Jackson Churio will pop out on an F4. Bryce Terang underneath it, 2 down. And DeRosa is going to finally get up off his can and go get McLean. With Ronald Acuna Jr. coming to the plate, doesn't want him to see a 3rd time. But you would have liked to have seen the argument that McLean was going to go through the order once, not twice. We'll be back in a flash. 2-0 your score here on the BCR WBC Championship single elimination. Welcome back. Saw a couple of the comments when I was able to look over. If you're just joining us, I can't see the screen during the inning. I'm having to look off to the side at a very dicey view at best. But McLean getting the start, I mean, that's 100% on Mark DeRosa. And, you know, Andy Pettit as well. He's in those conversations. But there was no reason why they didn't go to a bullpen game, to be honest with you. Brad Keller, the pitcher, the right-hander, first pitch down and in to Acuna. It's 1-0. My whole thought was I was expecting McLean to go through the order one time and then hit the bench. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on and rolled over towards short. It's going to be a quick play. Wide throw, but a good play by Harper to stick the bag, and that'll end the inning. 6-3 on the putout. Let's get some runs. USA trailing by 2. Mac McGee
and I, we're on the same team.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
And we need more players. We need you to help us win the battle against hunger and poverty. You can sponsor
Braves Country Radio.
Teamwork is what
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
is all about. And that's why we need you. For just $15 a month,
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
you can sponsor a child just like
Braves Country Radio.
I've been able to really help,
Braves Country Radio.
and it feels so good. It's so easy. Just reach out now and start sending your love around the world.
The Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
To join our team, we really can bat 1,000.
Mac McGee.
Who's waiting for help? There's room on our team for you.
Welcome back as we wait for the bottom of the inning. Anthony Smith and Terang do up. Welcome in, Goat and Tim. Good to see you. Long time no time, and D. 2-0 your score. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Venezuela. No runs, only 1 hit. Reminds me of that line from Euchre in Major League. 1 hit, 1 lousy hit. We'll try to get some runs here as Roman Anthony got into one the other night. Comes to the plate, he's 0 for 1. Lefty matchup. Rodriguez, by the way, because of the quick at-bats that they've been swinging early and often, he's only at 51 pitches coming into this inning. First pitch on the way is a strike down below. On the outer edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1 turns and fires. Just misses high. 1-1. 1-1 count. Erod takes the four-seam fastball to the outer edge. Ball 2-2-1. Bizzardo is warming up. He pitched last night. These could all be factors, or this early in the season, a guy goes back-to-back. Is the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, cutter 2-2. But not only, I mean, everything across the board really is a head-scratcher with DeRosa and his staff, because you knew you had a good left-hander starting this game, and once again, very left-handed heavy lineup is the 2-2, down and away, 3-2. We talked about it earlier, but Harper should not have been hitting up in the 2 spot. I would have had either Smith or Bregman up there against the left-hander. The payoff pitch. Swing and dribbles it over to second. 4-3, one down. Another option you could have done, you could have put Buxton up at the top of the order in the 2-spot or whatnot, and then when a lefty came into the game, you had PCA to replace him, and you really wouldn't miss a beat there. Looks like that's going to be it for Erod. That is a blessing. Good Lord. Thank God. Get him out of here. We can't hit him. I don't know who paid off Venezuela, but all right, we got a chance. We'll be back in a flash.
Daddy, can you get me milk?
Yeah, just a minute.
Hey Google, set a timer for 1 minute.
Got it. 1 minute. And that's starting now.
December 21st, 1861, the Medal of Honor was established by Congress and signed into law by President Abraham Lincoln as an award for extraordinary valor during wartime. Initially created for the Navy, it was expanded to include the Army and Marines in 1862 and the Air Force in 1965. The Medal of Honor is distinguished by its unique design, a star-shaped medal featuring Minerva, the goddess of wisdom and war, suspended from a light blue ribbon with 13 stars. The first recipient was Army Private Jacob Parrott, honored in 1863 for his heroism during the Andrews Raid, a daring Civil War mission to disrupt Confederate rail lines. More than 3,500 people have received the Medal of Honor, with only a fraction alive to accept it in person. The U.S. Army leads in recipients. Medal of Honor recipients get a lifelong tax-free pension, access to military medical care, invitations to presidential inaugurations, and burial honors at Arlington National Cemetery.
People often ask, what's the best way to correct a coworker when they've made a mistake? And I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
You up, bitch! It was unbelievable. I mean, he was at every Little League game. And it was cool of him because he didn't coach just my team. He was never anybody's head coach. He was always the assistant. And he was just at all 3 of our games all the time. High school games, high school freshman football games, wrestling tournaments. If we had an event, he was in town, he was there. Did anybody check the tri-tip?
Last time I checked, it was me. Oh, it's done. It's done, boys.
What's it at?
1:30.
Let it rest.
7.
Did you burn it?
To be a part of their lives and have dinner with them and cook out with them, and yeah, it's been good. It's been really a lot of fun. Cheers to my family.
Welcome back. Right-handed Bizzardo coming on for the right-handed Smith. I mean, this is a spot where you realistically could have went and got Cal Raleigh. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Now Smith has been hitting pretty well in the WBC, and Raleigh really hasn't. But you would have had a righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1 up top misses high. I honestly would have preferred to see, as much as I've been banging the drum for Smith all tournament, I would have liked to have Smith on the bench as a pinch hit role late in the game because he's just so big in clutch situations. The 1-1 pitch, swing, fouls away. It's 1-2. And you're obviously not going to sit Schwarber, so I would have liked to have had Cal Raleigh's bat in the lineup for the full 9. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. Yeah, you couldn't be more wrong about that. Big Dumper's going to be around for a long time. 2-2 count. You must be a fan of a AL West team that is not the Mariners. 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away. He's good for the game too. I mean, he's a good guy, good to the fans. Anybody who doesn't pull for Cal Raleigh, get help. The 2-2 caught looking strike 3. Will Smith got to swing the bat there with 2 strikes, 2 down. Two up, 2 down, and Turang comes to the plate. Bryce Turang, the only base hit so far for Team USA. First pitch is a swing and a miss up top for a strike. It's a sinker bending away. It's 0-1. Starter really has filthy stuff coming out of the pen. The 0-1. Down and away. Got to get some kind of a rally going here for Team USA. We put no pressure on the defense of Venezuela. The 1-1 pitch. Takes a sinker right there for a strike. 1-2. So 1-2. Brings it. Swing. Chops it foul off the plate. We'll do it again. Byron Buxton stands on deck. If you could get Terang on you, you could at least clear the number 9 hitter heading into the 6th. As Terang steps out of the box. 1-2 count. Down and away, 2-2. Pizardo looking into Perez. The 2-2 pitch. Swing. And he'll dribble that on the carpet over to second. And it's a 4-3. And that'll end the inning. So once again, 3 up, 3 down. We're heading to the 6th inning, trailing by 2. Wake up, USA. Wake up.
How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool?
You better not be putting 4 women on a bar stool.
It's a.
How the hell are you gonna?
How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool? It's real simple.
You can't unless they're like Barbie dolls or something.
No, average sized women. How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool?
No, just tell me.
You flip it over. You flip over the bar stool.
That's horrible. No, I'm supposed to be the dirty one.
I'll pay you $5 if you eat that.
What?
The cheese you just dropped. Eat it and earn yourself 5 smackaroos.
No thanks.
10.
No.
20?
We have the same bank account. If I want to get $20 from you, I'll go to the ATM. I don't need to eat dirty cheese.
True, but I got a 20 right here. You can have it right now. Buy yourself a new brassiere.
Awful tempting, but still a no.
You give me 20 if I eat it?
No!
10.
No!
5? That's a bargain! You're not gonna find anybody to eat dirty cheese for under $5.
I don't care. I have no desire to pay or be paid to eat dirty cheese.
You take no joy in life, do you?
Memories are what surround George Brett everywhere he goes. When you've had as many good ones as he has, they're almost like best friends. But there are also other things he still remembers, like his relationship with the father, who never quite seemed to embrace him.
I woke up one day, it was crazy. I told my wife this. I woke up one day, it was about 6 months ago, and I said, you know what? My dad was really an asshole. Before, I would always cry thinking about him. No, I'm not going to cry about him. He was a bad dad. He was a bad father and a bad dad.
He just had this awakening one day to where he just decided he wasn't gonna make things up about his dad anymore. He wasn't that nice of a man.
I have a lot of friends that were pretty good athletes, never made it. Maybe they didn't have the drive I had to please their father, and then to be the most successful one in the family. I think that's part of the reason why.
Deep down in his mind, he wanted to prove his dad wrong, and I think he did.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. There you go, BA. We'll try that. I was trying to clean it up as much as I can. It's a long story why it's all messed up tonight with I think it's intentional what they do. But anyways, first pitch on the way from Keller to Garcia. Right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. High into center field. F8 your scorecard. Buxton underneath it. One up, one down. So right-hander warming up. Looks like that's Jose Budo, warming up in the Venezuelan bullpen. Getting ready for the bottom of the 6th. Luis Arias, the batter, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch is a sinker off the plate wide. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing, pops it up high into center field, and that'll be an F8. 2 down. I guess that does line up a little better. It's a whole it's a mess here tonight, man. Apologize to y'all. This is not the normal way it goes, but we'll get through it. Eugenio Suarez. First pitch swinging, hammers a 97-mile-an-hour sinker. It's 0-1. Keller brings it. And that ball's hammered towards the third base dugout. 0-2. 0-2 count. Pitch caught looking, strike 3. Right there on the outer track, and that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. Hopefully my picture comes back. It's 2-0. USA trying to even things up when we return.
Wanted the architect dip his finger in blue paint so we could get the blueprints.
Here's some funny things I learned today by reading 1800s newspaper clippings about baseball. Next up, the crowd was basically players in this sport, and they would do some dastardly to the opposing teams when they would visit. 1865, in a game between the New York Mutuals and the Brooklyn Atlantics, one of the away team's players tried to catch a ball. It rolled into the field. Spectators kicked the ball away back behind them. They did open the crowd to let him go back there and get it, but then after he went back there, they closed up again and wouldn't let him get back to the field. Also, pedestrians. People in the crowd would just walk across the field while the game was going on. If the authorities have the power to grant the use of the grounds to the club, we should think also that they have the right to prevent people from crossing, at least for the few hours a match occupies. Is it okay if we rope off this little section here just so people don't walk through like while the game is going on? Oh my god.
We knew the trip was coming, but we just kept eating. Ain't did no skincare. Then 2 days before the trip, I want to go and try to order some clothes off Fashion Nova, knowing for a fact it ain't gonna get here in time. Turn me off.
This was science fiction.
It's another dimension. Exponential is the word. The leap is wild and crazy. Something Einsteinian.
You had scientists coming and examining Ruth, and all kinds of strange, bizarre articles in the press about Ruth having superhuman vision or superhuman coordination. It was as though someone had come from another planet.
The Babe's mammoth swing transformed baseball. He practically invented the home run. In 1920, he hit 54, a total no other team in the league could match. And he did it with an exhilarating presence and unmatched muscle that had never been seen before.
Jose Buto's coming on, and Pete Crow Armstrong will lead off for the United States. Pinch hitting from Byron Buxton. Armstrong batting .294, but he hits right-handers much better than left-handers. Ronald Acuna Jr. out in right field, and Budo set to fire the first pitch. Bottom of the sixth, it's 2-0 Venezuela. The first pitch to PCA is up top for a strike sinker. It's 0-1. We go one. Kicks and fires. Changeup misses. 1-1. 1-1 count. Budo digging in. The pitch, swing, pops it up. Sinker high in the sky. That should be an F7 in your scorecard. It is. One away. USA. Just one hit all night long. Back to the top of the order for the United States. It's Bobby Witt Jr. comes to the plate. First pitch is a sinker at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Budo comes set. Kicks and fires. Slider. Called it a ball. Looked like it was in the zone. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, swung on and popped up. Should be an easy playable catch for Arias over there in foul territory. It is. And quickly 2 down. Mark DeRosa's team, one of the biggest problems I've had with it is that they just haven't seemed like they've had a pulse. The next person they put in charge of the WBC team, they need to be someone who's a motivator. First pitch is outside wide to Bryce Harper. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Brings it in the dirt. 2-0. You see the other teams and they're having fun in the dugout and whatnot, and I don't know if he's just put too much pressure on himself that they can feel him kind of crumbling under that pressure, but they've been stone-faced almost every single game during the games. Like after they get the win, you'll see smiles, but it just seems like there's an incredible amount of pressure put on this team. The manager's supposed to be there to kind of get that off of them. The 2-0, down and in, ball 3-0. Tying run is on deck in the form of Aaron Judge. The 3-0. Right there at the knees, 3-1. Three-one count. Swing. That ball's hammered into right field and down for a base hit. Bryce Harper will take his rounding first, but he'll slam on the brakes, and it's a 2-out single. Something for the USA to cheer about. Captain America coming to the plate. Hard hit ball. And Judge, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, stands at the dish. First pitch is a slider, well below the knees. It's 1-0. I mean, even that hit there, you didn't see any motion coming out of the bench. It's more of kind of like relief off their chest. I mean, it's just the 1-0 pitch, down and away, 2-0. Even if the manager they bring in isn't a rah-rah guy, they need to have some rah-rah guys on the coaching staff, and they've got a bunch of duds in there. Quick mound visit as Perez is going out there to talk to his pitcher, Budo. Probably just reminding him, don't hang anything, buddy. It'll be tied with the quickness. On deck, remembers Kyle Schwarber. They haven't shown the bullpen in a while. You would think there's a left-hander warming up, and if there is, I don't think they would face Schwarber if Judge reaches. But I haven't seen them peer into the bullpen. They've shown a lot of celebrities in the crowd, but they haven't shown the bullpen. The 2-0. Right there floats a slider, 2-1. Dan, that is one of those things that I guarantee you Aaron Judge wishes he had that pitch back. 2-1 count. He was probably sitting on a fastball. You know, these guys have seen each other as the 2-1 down below the knees, 3-1. Both playing in the Big Apple. Budo as a Met. Judge, of course, is a New York Yankee. The 3-1 count. Brings it. Right there for a strike. Sinker. Full count. Full count, 2 outs, which means the runner will be on the move. Harper still has pretty good speed. Budo, of course, now is a San Francisco Giant, so he'll see Judge on opening night. The 3-2 swing. Hammers it to third, but that'll be an easy play for the Gold Glove Garcia. He flips it to first, and that'll end the inning. So the U.S. puts one on the base paths, but nothing doing. We go to the 7th in a fast-moving 2-0 score. Venezuela's turn when we return.
Oh, it's snowing. Isn't that wonderful? I never felt so much like Christmas in all my life. Don't you, Sherry, dear?
Shut your nasty little face!
10 increasingly ridiculous old-timey baseball team names. Okay, next up, Old Aches and Pains. He was called this because he was arguably the greatest hypochondriac to ever play the game. He was really whiny too. He was always complaining about like knee pain, back pain, etc. Number 7, beautiful Dave Bancroft. Yeah, I figured that I knew why they called him beautiful, but I was wrong. He always used to say beauty when he was referring to pitches. He was born in Sioux City, which is right by where I grew up, and he died in Superior, Wisconsin, which I was really excited about because that's where the #1 flying ace fighter pilot of World War II was from. And his name is Dick Bong. Next we have gorgeous George Sisler. He's gonna be a babe too, I bet. It was because of his good looks. Next up, Creepy Crespi. Creepy Crespi. Sources were pretty cagey about why this was his nickname, but the best guess is that it was because he crept around on the ground when he was playing shortstop, like trying to catch the ball. Okay, surely that's the most concerning one. Nope, number 10, Sloppy Thurston. Oh, what a relief. It's because he was always well-groomed and his teammates are
When you rob a store, get a very visible temporary tattoo. When witnesses are asked to describe the robber, they will most likely remember the tattoo, something you don't really have.
Tom Yawkey got the Red Sox at a time when they were at a nadir. You know, the Yankees still held a note.
Tom went through a major renovation of Fenway Park that he began after the season of '33. He closed in the bleachers so that the bleachers extended all the way out to the flagpole, took out the bank that was called Duffy's Cliff, made it the 37-foot wall that we still see today. And of course, in January, another big fire struck, 5-alarm fire that devastated a lot of the work that had been done. But Mr. Yawkey vowed that he would have the ballpark ready for opening day. He hired more workers. It was a Depression era, very difficult time, but he brought in the workers, he paid the money, and on opening day in April of 1934, baseball was played at Fenway Park.
Two to nothing, your score. And Pico Armstrong will stay in center field, but we knew that. They're just flashing it on the screen. First pitch on the way from Will Vest. Last year's closer for the Detroit Tigers is in the dirt. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider. It's 0-2. He was added to the roster just a few days ago, so it's our first look seeing him in the WBC. The 0-2 count. Out and away, 1-2. U.S. still has 3 more chances at the bat. I'd like to keep it here on the 2-run game. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 away. One down. Ezekiel Tovar, the batter, he'll take the first pitch upstairs. Slider, about letter high for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Inside. 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Laces it into left field. That's down for a base hit. Tovar takes a wide turn at first. Throw comes into the infield. Kind of a bad throw by Anthony. You see now why they always tend to take him out of the game for defensive purposes. But he'll stay at first. 1 on, 1 out. Anthony's really known for his arm. For his bat. So runner at first and 1 out. Tovar's got speed. You got to keep an eye on him. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball off the edge. It's 1-0. Abreu hit a solo shot in the 5th. His last time up. Popped out to short in the 2nd. Batting .261 in the WBC. The 1-0 pitch. Down below the knees. 2-0. Count. Gonna flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. The 2-0 pitch. Swing. Fouls it away. 2-1. Runner's bouncing around over there, so he could be going. Of course, Will Smith, not an easy customer to run on. The 2-1 to Abreu. Pitch is sliced foul into the seats over the third base side. We'll do it again. It's 2-2. On deck is Perez. In the hole is Churio. 1 out. Top of the 7th. The 2-0. And ball is hit on the ground. They're going to flip it to first. Tovar was taken off on the play, so he'll be safe at second with 2 outs. First pitch on the way to Perez is swung on and hammered down the left field line. It is that a foul ball? Just foul. That was just inches away from scoring the run. It's 0-1. Tired Venezuela dugout is about to come out like they walked it off. You can just see a better energy on all these teams, not just Venezuela, all these teams that the United States has played. And they played Team Italy. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. No 2 count. And it's not like they've got some monkey on their back. They won it in 2017. They made it to the finals in 2023. I'm just wondering because I heard it on MLB Network for the last year or so, DeRosa just wanting to win one so bad that you almost wonder if he's putting too much pressure on them in the locker room as the go-to swing. Pops it up. That's heading towards dead man's land, but Aaron Judge comes running in. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So good job by Vesta getting out of the jam. 7th inning stretch. Get up and stretch. We got to get some runs around, Chomp.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you.
right, let's get back into this sucker. Trailing 2-0. Maybe it's just somebody that looked like him, but I swear it looked like Tarek Skubal was in the dugout, so I went to check the roster, make sure I hadn't missed anything. He's not on the current roster, but I swear, if he's in there watching the game in uniform, I would have come unglued. It can't be him, but man, it looked like him. Angel Zerpa, who was in last night, the tough left-hander, coming in, faced Kyle Schwarber. And of course, he'll have to face 3 batters here. The first pitch on the way is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Slider misses. They checked down the line. He did not go. 1-1. 1-1 count. 2 runs as the 1-1 sinker on the outer edge. 1-2. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Venezuela. 0-2-0 for the United States. Very quick moving game. A game where USA really hasn't been working the zone. So we're here in the 7th inning. It's 10:04 Eastern. This game did not start until 8:23. 1-2. 97 misses. 2-2. 2-2 count. So, I mean, we are flying. They're showing the replay. It looks like it just missed the zone. I mean, barely. The 2-2. Perez sets up outside. And strike 3. 1 away. Blew a sinker right by him. That'll bring Bregman. Anthony is on deck. This is the spot they really wanted Zerpa. 2 lefties coming in out of 3 as the first pitch to Bregman is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. If you're wondering about the bench for the United States, you still have Clement, Goldschmidt, Henderson, and Raleigh. Not really an outfield substitution. In theory, is the 1-0 up top. It's 1-1. Clement has played in the outfield, but it has been a while, and he's not really known as an outfielder. The rest of them, forget about it. The 1-1. 97-mile-an-hour sinker. It's 2-1. The USA players are on the steps. I mean, they're leaning over, they're watching. They just don't seem to have the life, and you're just wondering if it's pressure that's being put on them. The 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Slider misses. Ball 3-1. The 3-1. Hit on the ground over to third. That should be an easy defensive play. Garcia, he is slick as they come over there. 5-3 on the putout. 2 down. Man, that's saying something. Last time the U.S. had a runner in scoring position was the 4th inning Sunday night. Remember, the only way they got their 2 runs in the Dominican Republic, it was 2 solo shots. Roman Anthony, the batter, first pitch is a slider right across the chest. It's 0-1. It's one of the issues you get when you build a team, especially the top of your order, of a bunch of sluggers. If they go in droughts, there's no way to really create runs. As the 0-1 is a slider missing inside the zone. 1-1. Lefty-lefty matchup, 2 outs. 1-1 count. They go with the slider on the outer edge. 2-1. Good take there by Anthony. You just wonder when are they going to deploy Raleigh and the rest off the bench. The 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Sinker misses well wide of the zone. Raleigh's hanging over the edge, so it doesn't look like he's going to pinch hit for Smith, which you wouldn't think he would with the lefty here. The 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. That was a very good at bat by Roman Anthony. Circle that one. He'll bring the tying run to the plate, and they're going to hit the pen. We'll take the break with them. It is 2-0. Right-hander coming in to face Smith, and will we get the big dumper in a big situation? Flash.
You're in Braves country.
I just called my sister like 15 times, and she ain't pick up not one of them phone calls. If you see this post, and I hope you see this post, I'm not picking up for you. I'll pick up the next day.
I'm sorry, Moms. You're right. I did need my ass whooped. Imagine working a 12-hour shift to support your family. You come home, all you told these to do was to throw out some meat so you could cook for their ass. I'd go off too, man. I'd have whooped my ass too. You was right. That was deserved. I ain't feel like I deserved it at the moment, but I deserved it. You right.
I just watched the John Elway documentary, and I think the biggest takeaway, hey, pipe down, is that you gotta put football before your kids. You hear that? It's my daughter. Yeah, no, I got a Super Bowl to win, all right? So you gotta be quiet on the bench over there. If you want to be great, you can't be a good dad. You gotta forget about the kids. And that's inspirational.
John McGraw may have been the best inside baseball manager that ever came over the pike. This guy was the Baltimore chop, the bunt, move the runner along, work for one run at a time. Ruth came along and started breaking up ball games with one swing. McGraw hated him. Here he'd been 30 years managing and working for one run. This guy wrecked the whole afternoon with one swipe.
Pitchers were afraid of him. They'd lie at night, knowing that the next day they're facing Ruth, and they would toss in their sleep.
I was on first base, and Ruth hit a home run. I ran around second, hitting a pretty good clip. Art Fletcher was at third base saying, whoa, whoa, because the ball was way up in the right field stands.
Welcome back. Nope, they're going to stick with the right-handed Smith here. First pitch on the way is a foul ball sinker. It's 0-1. Strange decision here. Tying run is at the plate. You had a chance to bring a guy who hit 60 home runs last year. Big pop from the left side, and the 0-1 pitch. Change up right down the pipe, taking it all the way. It's 0-2. So another questionable call by DeRosa. I really wanted to pull for him. I really wanted to like him as a manager. I mean, he's an ex-Brave. He played all over. He's a good television host, but just a lousy manager. The 0-2 count. But can the USA win anyways? The pitch, swing, pops it up. High in the sky. Easy play. F4 in your scorecard, and that'll end the inning. They go quietly once again, and it is 2-0. We go to the 8th here on the BCR.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. A pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
happy hour.
When wins become losses
And losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah, maybe. I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay.
Let's get it!
Have dinner ready?
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is not...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be calm in this country.
Oh, yeah? For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission for God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Jackson Churio lead us off in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch is right down the pipe for a strike, is 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Sweeper. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. 2-0 your score. Venezuela leading the United States. Pitch on the way. Strike 3. Got him. 1 down. 1 away. That'll bring Acuna to the plate. First pitch on the way is right there. Outer edge. They call it a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Sinker banged on the ground. It's going to be an easy out over there. Harper with the grab. 2 down. So I'm somewhat joking about that 021 about the Morse code, but the device I'm watching it for, it's going in and out. It literally is going in and out. So I'm piecing it together with what I see on the actual screen and what's being relayed to me in the notes. Is the pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball at the knees. It's 0-1. And originally, baseball radio, when it started way back in Pittsburgh in 1921, 2-0 your score. 0-1. Or 1-0, excuse me. That'll even up the count 1-1. 1-1 count. Griffin Jacks fires the pitch in. Swing pops it up behind home plate, and that'll be an easy 1-2-3 inning. Will Smith with the catch. I'll finish that story when we return. Bryce Turang leads us off when we return. 8th inning. Come on, wake up, USA.
For the record, if you grew up eating free lunch, which means you grew up eating square pizzas, French fries shaped like smiley faces, and fried okra, please stop talking about Applebee's. The TGI Fridays ain't a good enough date for you. Baby, you was barely eating.
Y'all, my direct deposit just hit and my car is getting an oil change. I called them people back so fast, I said, go ahead and change the filter and the little oil plug as well, big dog. That man was looking at me like, I know this came to the that was just counting quarters a few minutes ago. Mind your business, Mike. All right? Just do what I say. Matter of fact, throw some windshield wipers on there too. And I normally don't even buy them from y'all. I done immediately got happy. Boom. Money hit. Remember what we were just talking about? Super size.
I done decided I ain't arguing with nobody who don't drink water. You ain't even hydrated.
Games weren't on television back then. I'm dating myself, but we're talking early 60s, and Earl Gillespie was the voice of the Milwaukee Braves.
The pitch to Henry Aaron, a swing and a drive back into center field, going back towards the wall. It's back at that fence, and is it caught or not? It's a home run. The Braves are the champions of the National League.
They were so good. Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, Joe Torre, Del Crandall, Warren Spahn, Lou Burdett. I mean, you can go up and down the lineup. So literally listening on a transistor radio at night on a porch it just seems so enchanted. When you're on a farm, you don't realize it at the time, but you're like, gosh, all my friends are in town and they're running around and they're playing pickup games and they're riding their bikes, they're getting together. Your nearest neighbor may be a mile away. You don't see anyone, so it's only you and your siblings, and half the time you're fighting with your siblings. So listening to that at night, that seemed so enchanted. It was like, oh my gosh, Earl Gillespie is in New York, or Earl Gillespie's in St. Louis, and I wanted to be Hank Aaron or Joe Torre. Learned quickly, better have a backup plan.
Thank you for hyping and subscribing to BCR, your home for radio baseball. Welcome back. Where are you at? Is it Dannerman? Where are you at? You said it's not. You're not getting it. You overseas? Righty-lefty matchup. As Machado on the bump. First pitch on the way to Bryce Turang. Takes it inside. Four-seam fastball, 97. That thing is cooking. It's on 1. The 0-1. Brings it. Fouled away. Sinker. It's on 2. So an 0-2 count. USA just 6 outs. Offensive outs left. They got to get 2 runs or more. The 0-2 changeup. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 away. Remember, we'll have the opening to the season, opening night. Yankees-Giants. Wednesday night, a week from tomorrow night. Baseball begins doubleheader on opening day. So we'll bring you Red Sox as the first pitch swinging by PCA. Rifles it foul into the crowd. It's 0-1. And the split of the twin bill will be later that night, 9:45 Eastern. Seattle hosting Cleveland. And Friday night, it all gets going for your Atlanta Braves, 7:15 against the Royals. The 0-1 count. Hits him with the changeup, and that ball's going to get grounded over to second. 4-3, 2 down. Very quiet at bats. As Bryce Harper moves to the on-deck circle, Bobby Witt Jr. is at the plate. Venezuela 2, USA nothing. Bottom of the 8th. But a bloop and a blast would tie it. Here's the first pitch. Right there, P at the knees. Four-seam fastball. Called it a ball? Okay. It's 1-0. We'll take whatever we can get at this point. 1-0. Inside sinker. 2-0. Aaron Judge stands in the hole. 2-0 count. Machado comes set. Outside wide. 3-0. I mean, Witt right now at this point has to take this pitch because essentially his run means nothing. He's just trying to get on base to bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Bryce Harper. The 3-0 pitch. Down and away, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. Harper will come to the plate. The Judge will move to the on-deck circle. Harper 1 for 3. Smacked one down the right field line to start the inning's last at bat. Santana's out there to talk to his pitcher, Machado. Johan Santana, the pitching coach. Yes, that Johan Santana. There's a right-hander warming up in the pen for Venezuela. You know they want him to come in the 9th. If Harper can get aboard here, he would force their hand. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is a changeup below the knees. It's 1-0. But 021 was asking about the whole Morse code. That's actually how they did baseball radio at the very beginning stages of it. In 1921, WPIX in Pittsburgh is the 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing. Lifted. High and deep. Into center field, going back, on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong, a 2-run shot! And like we've been saying all tournament long, Bryce Harper, leave him in the 2-hole. It's a tie game, baby! If that doesn't give you goosebumps, 432 happy feet, dead center over the wall, 109 off the bat. We got ourselves a brand new ball game, baby! Wow. Holy Toledo. I'll tell y'all more about this on Braves Country Today on Thursday, how these calls really went down. The way we're getting it to you tonight is ridiculous, but in this age of technology, we're getting it done. 2-2 your score, bottom of the 8th, and the Judge, all rise, comes to the plate. First pitch on the way is a slider up top for, well, calls that a ball. It's 1-0. He's been pinching the zone. Beginning of the game had a really wide zone. Now it's getting very small. Brand new ball game if you stepped away. 1-0. Judge digging in. The pitch on the way. Bangs it foul. Changeup. That'll leave it up to count. 1-1. That fastball was sitting dead red. Got to see the replay now. I mean, I guarantee you, Machado, the moment he let go of that, was like, uh-oh. Harper flipped the bat almost all the way to the third base dugout. And you finally see some life in the dugout of the United States. Remember, it is a ghost runner situation if we go to extras. A 1-1 to Judge. Swing and a miss. Changeup got him out in front. 1-2. 1-2 count. 2-2 your score. USA back in this baby. And they're going to use another mound visit. There's only 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. In MLB, it has been changed to 5, and they're right there at it. Now, it doesn't count if it's a pitching change, but when you count the fact that how many times there's any kind of a mound visit, even with the pitching coach or not. It's been lowered to 5, and I would think that's what it is now here in the WBC that I can't swear to it. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, and that'll end the inning, but not before the USA puts 2 on the board. Bryce Harper coming through, finally, here in the big one.
And start thinking everybody weed trash, like your body just finally ready for crack.
Y'all, please don't cancel me, but I can't believe when I be going to fast food restaurants, they be having the audacity to be like, and would you like to round up today for charity and St. Jude for the children? Baby, you talking about do I want to round up after you done charged me $20 for a 10-piece chicken nugget meal? Are you crazy?
It's always with better lives than you that tell you to like think positive. You. Give me some money.
My cousin on Facebook getting posting motivation and speeches and he owed me $40. You know what I'm saying? You can kill all that. You know what I'm saying? I need that dub. I come in on that post, he gonna delete this.
Was baseball always your hope?
No. You know what? My hope, I just loved play-by-play. And I was so fortunate when I look back now. I was kind of like a kid when you were in high school. Okay, it's football season, let's play football. It's basketball, let's play basketball. So I loved whatever sport was in season. I loved just doing play-by-play. For me, it was more attainable to dream about getting a major college job in which you did radio, football, and basketball. And I applied for a lot of those. I drove to Lincoln, Nebraska. They wanted someone to do Nebraska football.
Which was huge.
Which was mammoth. And this is back in the days, Tom Osborne's the head coach. The job was so highly coveted. If I have a chance to be the voice of the Cornhuskers, the next morning I go to the station to do the interview, and the guy goes, "You can't believe what just happened yesterday while you were driving here. We hired Ray Scott to do Nebraska football."
Well, that was the end of you for that job.
Yeah.
They hire Ray Scott, the longtime voice of the Packers on CBS.
Who I grew up idolizing. So there were a few of those disappointments along the way.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Welcome back. 2-2 your score if you stepped away. Bryce Harper just clocked one over the wall. Garrett Whitlock is coming on for the bullpen of the United States of America. Top of the 9th. Locked up at 2-2. Now here's the thing. With the U.S. being the home team, is the first pitch on the way. Down and in. Slider misses. Arias spins out of the way. It's 1-0. The United States being the home team, you realistically, as the 1-0. Sinker misses. Ball 2-2. You could have used your closer here, Mason Miller, but they opted in for Whitlock, the 2-0. Right there on the outer edge, 2-1. Because there will be no save opportunity the rest of the way. So you're just trying to hold them where they're at. Now Whitlock has been good. I'm not knocking him as the 2-1 misses high 3-1. But you just wonder when they're waiting for Miller, maybe they want to hold him on if there's extra innings because of the ghost runner rule is the 3-1. Well, pinch in the zone again, ball 4, and Arias will head down to first. So they've got a runner on, nobody out. Whitlock comes out of the pen and walks the first man he sees on 5 pitches. So that last one is definitely hugging the zone. Now, trouble brewing is Eugenio Suarez, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground-out. But remember, he hit 49 home runs last year. Sanoa is going to pinch run for Arias. He's got good speed, so you got to keep an eye on him. First pitch on the way is a slider. Off the plate wide, it's 1-0. Will Smith's going to go out there and talk to him as Whitlock has thrown 6 pitches, and 5 have been balls. Remember, because he just came into the game, he has to face Suarez and one more. I mean, you could do the dirty pool of faking an injury, but I doubt you can see a pitcher do that in the WBC. As the first pitch is flipped over to first after the 1-0 off that break. Rogers, 3/4 man, is warming up in the pen in case there's a double play to be induced. The 1-0 brings it. Swing and a miss. Upstairs. The sinker coming in high. 92. It's 1-1. One count. Pitch, runner goes, throw goes down to second base, and man, Terang thinks he got him. They called him safe. The throw definitely beat him. Have to see the replay on this, and they do want to challenge it. I mean, you might as well have to see another look at this again. He was looking back at what, I mean, he held on to the ball, so that's not the issue. Let's see. May have touched the bag just before he applied the tag. Terang, when he made the catch, he reached back and then swiped. If he just follows through, he's definitely going to get it. Every time they show it very close, my picture goes out. So what are you going to do? I don't know if they're going to have enough to overturn this. It's an extremely close play, and they're finally showing the back end of it. That's so tough. I don't know if they're going to have enough to overturn it. And if not, you're going to have to go ahead and run at second and nobody out. And here comes the call. And he is safe, so the call stands. Will Smith gets run on again. Normally a pretty good throwing catcher, but teams have been pretty much running at will with him in the WBC. So a 2-1 count. Now a single would give them the 1-run lead. The pitch on the way. Misses high. 2-2. Pitch from Whitlock. Swing, pops it back foul. It'll bend behind home plate into the seats. USA 2, Venezuela 2. Standing on deck is Torres, the 2-2 pitch. High and inside, 3-2. So a full count. I'm sorry, not Torres. It's now Jimenez. They pinch ran for him. Full count. Swing. That ball is belted deep into left center field, and that's going to score a run. PCA cuts it off before it gets to the wall, but that's an RBI double, and Venezuela has taken a 1-run lead. Garrett Whitlock coming up snake eyes here after the USA fought all the way back to tie this game. But it's really a bigger question of why did DeRosa go to Whitlock and not Miller with the game on the line in the ninth? So Venezuela leads it by 1. What has turned into a seesaw affair. Been a low-scoring game until just recently. they'll most likely pinch run for Suarez, I would think, as the first pitch is... No, they're going to keep him out there. First pitch is there for a strike. Slider to Jimenez, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him in on the hands. It's 0-2. The infield playing back into the right, but the third baseman Pregame is in on the grass or the carpet. The 0-2. Swing, chops it towards first, but foul. Jimenez would love to even just roll one over to first softly because it would get Suarez over to third with less than 2 outs. The 0-2 count. Swing, slaps it down the left field line. Venezuela only has the 2 Contreras brothers on the bench now. Now you could pinch run with a pitcher because it's a designated hitter, so you could do that as well. Suarez, as the 0-2 is not foul down the first base line, we'll do it one more time. Suarez isn't a bad runner, but there's definitely a few better runners, pinch runners at your disposal down there in the pen. The 0-2. Swing. Fouls it away. Tovar on deck and Abreu in the hole. There's nobody out. Whitlock on the ropes here as the 0-2 misses high, 1-2. He's got a man at second, already one across here in the 9th inning. The 1-2. Swing, pops it up. High into left field. Should be an easy play. It is. F7 in your scorecard and 1 away. One down and a runner at second. And DeRosa is going to go to the pen. We'll introduce the pitcher when we return. USA now trailing by 1, but we're back in it. We'll be back in a flash here on the BCR.
You know, if you believe that, I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but you better hope the dumbest person in the world doesn't die.
Anytime you face with a setback or a hiccup or just a small speed bump, think this: minor setback for a major comeback. Your story is not finished. Until you have your very last breath on this earth, there's an opportunity for you. Whether it's growth, whether it's learning, or it's simply just taking time for yourself. Don't allow disaster or failure or triumph to be a roadblock. It is simply just a minor setback for a major comeback. Believe in yourself. You got this. Trust me.
Someone told me you eat sandwiches, but I stuck up for you. I told him you don't even like bread.
He restores to Boston a sense of possibility, a sense of hope, a sense of maybe returning to the Fall Classic.
Throughout the years, Fenway Park earned a well-deserved reputation as more than just a place to watch a baseball game.
Fenway Park has hosted many non-baseball ventures here. It goes way back to the early years of 1914. We had a gala celebration on the field to raise money to purchase 3 elderly elephants from the Ringling Brothers Circus that would be donated to the Franklin Park Zoo. Since then, there have been high school and college football games. There was professional football by the Boston Redskins and the Boston Yanks that played here in the 30s and the 40s. There were wrestling matches, boxing matches for many years. Boston Patriots, who soon became the New England Patriots, played their home games here from 1963 to 68. You can go back to many political rallies of all sorts, and even with the great Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand
new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Welcome back. Tyler Rogers fires the first pitch high and out of the zone to Ezekiel Tofar. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 3/4 darn near submariner fires the sinker off the outer edge, 1-1. He doesn't scrape his knuckles on the dirt like a true submariner, but he comes very close. Really is a throwback. The 1-1 swing pops it up. That should be a can of corn here. Second base side and F4 in your scorecard. 2 down. Suarez had taken off, and I think he might have lost track of how many outs because he was starting around. They yelled at him to get back. If that was a soft line drive, he wasn't paying attention to his third base coach until he got almost to third. He was taking off on the play. His head was down. He finally looked up and goes, whoa! The 2 down. If that's a soft line drive, it's going to end up being a double play. Suarez. Oh, did he touch the base? Did he retouch it? That's the question. Yeah, it looked like he touched it with his left foot coming back by. So they're going to take a look at this. This might just, they don't have it on the screen, but I'm assuming this is an umpire review. Yeah, it did. Okay, there it is. They finally put it on there. It's an umpire review. You have to touch it. It looked like he did. He slid into the base and he touched it. The one thing I don't know, well, no, I thought maybe, I'm not 100% sure what they're looking at here because so yeah, he's going to be safe. At first, I was thinking that he hadn't caught the ball yet but he had to have because there's no way he would have gotten back in time. So he did reestablish and head back to second base. Wilyer Abreu is going to get automatically walked here. Abreu will make do for Salvador Perez. They wanted Perez behind the plate tonight mainly because the veteran catches a good game. He does have a single and scored a run in the third. He could get some insurance here for Venezuela. You've got William Contreras on the bench. And Wilson, for that matter. You could pinch hit Wilson here against the right-hander then put William in at defense, but I think they want Perez to stay behind the plate. The first pitch on the way is a check swing, went around. Did not. Pitch was inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty-righty matchup, 2 outs, first and second. Top of the ninth, and the 1-0 pitch is swatted towards left, drifting back, making the catch is Roman Anthony, and that'll end the inning. Well, we're trailing by 1, but it could be worse. We were trailing by 2. We got 2. Schwarber leads it off when we return.
or $10 as a birthday gift, bro. That's a come up. See, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something y'all don't know about. I eat bubble gum like it's Skittles, man. 7-year rule don't apply to me. I ain't part of that arithmetic. Feel me? But I go to the Arab store, get this big old bag of off-brand bubble gum. It's supposed to be Hubble Bubble, but it's Lubble Bubble, something like that. You know what I mean? I wasn't sure if it was gum, but it was delicious. I can get a big old bag for 75 cents, bro. Most of the kids out here in this life, you better come with the money. If it ain't $150, the kids don't want it no more.
September 17th, 1862, Sharpsburg, Maryland. Ambrose Burnside assumed he had to take the stone bridge to cross Antietam Creek. His orders were clear: cross the creek, hit Lee's right flank, end the battle. The assumption seemed logical. The bridge was there. It was stone. It was the obvious crossing point. But Antietam Creek was only waist deep in September. His men could have waded across at a dozen points. Burnside didn't know that, or didn't trust it. The pressure was McClellan. His commander wanted that flank attack now. Lee's army was pinned against the Potomac with nowhere to retreat. This was the moment to destroy them. But the bridge was narrow. Only 3 men could cross at a time, and 400 Georgia riflemen held the high ground on the opposite side. Burnside ordered frontal assaults, wave after wave, for 3 hours. His men finally took the bridge at 1 p.m. By then, A.P. Hill's division had forced march from Harper's Ferry and slammed into Burnside's exhausted troops. The Union advance stopped. Lee's army escaped that night. The war continued for 3 more years.
I bartended at nights to help make ends meet. I mean, everyone, I think, for the most part, has done that at some point in their career. And, you tell your own kids, hey, how bad do you want it? You're the one that controls the dream. Yeah, there are obstacles, there are frustrations along the way. The ones that give up, you were kind of like, ooh, good, that guy's really good. I'm glad he quit.
I just heard a statistic that 40% of adults don't have a best friend or a close-knit friends group. And I feel very much less alone now.
Well, Daniel Palencia is going to come on to try to close it for Team Venezuela. They're leading by 1 here in the championship game. What a WBC this has been. Tip of the cap to all the teams, including Venezuela, if they end up holding on. Definitely one I think most of us are going to remember, and I'm already chomping at the bit. Can't wait for 2029. Kyle Schwarber, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch misses high. Slider, it's 1-0. It'll be Schwarber. Standing on deck, it looks like they're going to go to Gunnar Henderson. But he's a teammate of Palencia. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing. Chops it foul. 1-1. 1-1 count. After that, it would be Roman Anthony, and then Smith would be due up. You would think that's where they would finally, if somebody gets aboard, bring up Cal Raleigh. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Splitter 1-2. Man, that was a hanger. If he could have timed that up, we'd be dancing in the streets. The 1-2 count. Venezuela trying to win their first ever World Baseball Classic. USA won it in 2017. The 1-2. Pitch. Four-seam fastball. Out of the zone. 2-2. Japan has 3. US 1. Dominican Republic 1. Venezuela looking for theirs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 down. Schwarber going for the downs there. Came up empty. And that'll bring Gunnar Henderson to the plate. See all these dopey national talk show hosts that are just, they're getting mad because some of these players are saying it means more to them to win the WBC than the World Series. They just don't get it. They don't understand that the world has really fallen in love with this tournament. And if you grew up in Venezuela or Dominican Republic or Japan or whatnot, you don't care if the Dodgers beat the Blue Jays. You care that you're playing for your country pride. It's just like the World Cup where they want to win it for their country. They don't care about who's winning the English Premier League. Gunnar Henderson coming to the plate, batting .429. Really makes you wonder why he didn't get the start tonight. First pitch is high and out of the zone. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. They did have a lefty on the mound, but as soon as he came out, I thought we were going to see Henderson much earlier. DeRosa waiting until the last dog is dead to go out there and deploy his best bats. The 1-0 pops it up. That should stay in play. Can of corn over by third base. Michael Garcia, the Gold Glover, F5, and the USA's down to their final out. Palencia looking to slam the door. And the only one in between him and immortality in Venezuela is the Roman candle, Roman Anthony. Remember, he clocked one the other night. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Four-seam fastball, 98 miles an hour, smacks the black. Outer edge, it's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. As Palencia goes to tie his shoes. So a quick moment on the mound there. The 1-1. They set up outside. The pitch to Anthony. Right there for a strike. 1-2. Splitter. Outer edge. USA down to their last strike. Roman Anthony trying to stave off elimination. The pitch on the way, and time is going to be called by Sal Perez. He's going to go out there to the mound. I mean, how many? That's got to be five or six. I've got it marked down as 6. It's at least got to be 6, which would be an automatic base. Maybe they don't have that rule, but they've got all the other rules other than the ABS here in the WBC. The 1-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Venezuela wins. Venezuela wins 3-2. Congratulations to Venezuela. They are the 2026 WBC champions. What a game. What a tournament. What a ride. Just came up a little bit short for USA. Maybe this will stick in their craw. Maybe we'll get some more top pitchers, top-tier starting pitchers. I think we will. I think the more this grows, you're going to see some of the younger guys coming up and wanting to compete and wanting to win it for their country. We will see you on Thursday for Braves Country Today, and Saturday it's Red Sox versus the Braves Spring Training, and then we go to the regular season. Wednesday night, Yankees Giants. Thursday, opening day, doubleheader, Red Sox, Reds, and Cleveland versus Seattle, and then the Braves and Royals. We'll have every single Atlanta Braves game here this year, and we're going to have 2 to 3 out-of-town games. So if you're a fan of a team that's not the Atlanta Braves, make sure you like and subscribe, because we're going to have games from all over the league. Y'all have a great one. Congrats, Venezuela. You just got to shake your head when it comes to some of the decisions that were made. I'm not going to put it all on DeRosa, but as a collective from the management, a lot of the decisions that were made just seemed like they didn't have a pulse on what was going on, a finger on the pulse of this team. Y'all have a great one. What a fun series. Baseball is back, baby.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.